And when we've learned them, we don't just shut it off. We haven't realized that we can create a closure so we can be done with it. Okay, so when that happens, you will continuously keep growing, but then it's like, why am I still doing it? Because now what worked for you then doesn't work for you now, so now you have to unlearn. Like, for instance, I had to unlearn to be scared to death of men. You know, my father was an abuser, and you know, but I didn't get the brunt of it. I got to see it, and so there's memories that we hold inside of us, and then there's repressed stuff. So people realizes what I like in you is what I like about me, or what I hate in you is what I hate about me, and yes and no. Because what if you're supposed to define the word dread, and they're supposed to just strip dread? It has nothing to do with whether you like yourself or not. It's about where are you identifying. You identify with that, and you become that identity, and you forget your true identity and the core identity, and you become that moment. Now, when it is the energy is coming and attacking you and pimping you, and you then what happens is that you now really extremely over-identified with it, that you've created a Frankenstein, and you've cut up bits and pieces of what you loved and what you didn't love, and we put it all together, and it's like, holy crap, it came to life. So, okay, I feel something. Go do the switchboardy thingy and see if it's, yeah, it's a technical term in my book. So see if there's anybody that's called, and I still don't know how anybody can tell we called, but our phone number, whether you want a reading, because we do readings. Why? Because we're soul coaches, we're psychic mediums, that's what we do. We read it. If something's gone in your life and it's hell, we can tell you why your soul projected it. We can read the story. So the number is 989-945-0287.
So that could take us into what can people expect from us as far as like a reading, and what do we expect of them?
That's a very good.
Since this is the first time going out.
Yeah, and you have your little sheet of paper that talks about what is a general reading and a direct question. If not, we can always remember. A general reading, most people realize what that is, but how we look as a general reading is that because we have learned to read on the quantum law of attraction, we read what your soul wants you to grow or to resolve or to...
What's sitting on the surface that you can't quite tap into.
And you see it every day, but you can't quite understand it. And so we give you a general reading. But if you're sitting there going, oh, they're not any good, well, here's the question. You may have a question, which means you're going to be focusing on looking just for the answer, and you'll miss all of the juicy stuff that was given to you. So if you have a direct question, ask. Now, somebody called one time and says, am I pregnant? Now, the energy says it wasn't written in stone, which means that this person has to learn something, which was it's so new, and she wanted to be pregnant, and she wanted to do certain things. Now, it's not written in stone, and I can't remember what the full reading was, but it was basically, you have a major decision. Do you want him in your world?
Right, it's because the cells were there, should she have chosen that, yes, this is what I want to do with this person, then it could potentially happen. Which,
when it came through into her spiritual body, is in the mental and emotional, but it didn't create a concrete form yet, and it's not written in stone. She was still in indecision. Exactly, and she had to just make a decision, probably grow from it, or, you know, repeat hells. So it gets very complicated, but yet when we tap into the specific story, we can actually give you a whole boatload of information, and all you have to do sometimes is just use a healing tool to create a closure to it, to end it, to take the intensity out of it, file away what you need, bring the blood back up to your forebrain, stop creating all those chemical peptides. You literally clean your cluttered space that's in your head, and so then the fear brain, or the emotional brain, can have more than just fear files that just have been sprawled in every direction.
Right, and what when we do a reading, it also inevitably leads to a healing, because we are healers first, and we want to help you create better. So if you go to our website, which is www.MWReveal, which stands for Medicine Women Reveal, MWReveal.com, and then /healing-tools. that's where you will find, if you go to Hope Therapy and Meridian Tapping.
Those are our two main ones.
That's what we tell people to do as far as healing, and it would be a good idea to go through those, watch the videos ahead of time and understand.
So I'm going to give you a quick little story of why the healing tools are important, and this was my vision quest. As I was becoming medicine woman, I had to travel by myself in a car without anybody, and this was my adventure. And I had traveled, 2.5 hours away before, but this is really, really way from home. So as I investigate life, and we're spiritual investigators, and we're clue finders, and I'm traveling, it's around 10 o'clock at night, I think I got a quarter tank left of gas, I can't remember, and I had called my husband, and he says, oh, well, you got that much gas in there, you can go another 100 miles or so, so you could probably wait till you get to the next town. Well, neither one of us was thinking, because I was going into the vision quest, I was going into a lesson, and so there's nobody to blame here. And so I'm in this great big town where I'm talking, and I go, oh my God, honey, there's Waldo, ha ha ha. I saw a sign that said Waldo. And that was a representation that stuck out like a sore thumb, and I had put it on the shelf, and I didn't realize I was really in the middle of a lesson just yet. Okay, I haven't been consciously alert of it. Every part of me has, the rest of me has, I should say. So then I go and drive and drive and drive, and guess what happens after 10 o'clock at night in small towns?
Things shut down. They pulled up the sidewalks.
Yes, they do. All gas stations are non-existent. Oh my God, and where are all the darn big towns? I chose to go through a lot of tiny towns. Interesting. So here it is. I'm on the major highway. It's on E, and I could feel my intensity of a panic, climb up to a 2. And if I really wanted to look at the anxiety that, oh my gosh, I'm going to be stranded, that was a 10, but I hadn't really entertained it. I wasn't really predicting my future. I said, okay, show me a sign. And a sign said, Migas Hotel. Oh, cool. Thank you for the sign. Okay. So I take the exit off the main highway. Didn't know there was construction going on, really. There's no road signs. They're pretty much done. They just didn't put the signs up. And my GPS didn't have all the new coordinates.
Right, you're off the grid.
I'm off the grid. And so I didn't pay attention to that, so I turned on, okay, so then I go and I'm driving up. Now, this hotel is on a hill. And all of a sudden, every freaking horror movie my mother ever watched had ran through my system. Now, here's the kicker. My last name's Bates, okay? Remember this. I'm driving. I look up. Oh, hell no! It looked like the Bates Motel. And I just kept on driving. And then, you know how you can turn around and get back on the highway? Oh, guess what? There was no way to get back on, no way to tell.
It happens like that in New Hampshire sometimes. You don't get off the main road because you won't be able to get back on.
And so I'm driving and driving. Now, guess what? The intensity of my emotions, I'm creating a hell of a lot of chemical peptides. It's got to go somewhere. So it has to go through panic. It has to go through holy mother of, So I go, okay, so I'm stuck. I'm going back and forth. Why can't you figure out how to get on this damn highway? I know I'm smart enough. I know this. So I started to panic. I pulled the side of the road, and okay, no traffic. There's not a damn car in sight either. Okay, fine. Give me another sign. Where should I go? Now I'm getting a little testy with them on the other side. They're like, okay, I'll look over there. So I look, and there's under this underpass, there's a bunch of light. Oh, okay, go to the light, Brenda. So I drove, and there's 2 gas stations, both closed. You know what? I'm just going to park up here, and I'll wait until it opens in the morning.
Right, yeah,
okay.
You're under light.
Now, I'm really good under pressure, I learned, and I'll tell you all about those stories later. So as I parked, everything's fine. All those chemical peptides caught up with me. Oh my God, I started breathing funny. I started crying. I said, what the heck? Oh my God, too many chemical peptides. So I started to tap, and I'm calm down, and I said, okay. Oh, I picked up my phone, and it's dead. GPS is like, hey, screw you, I don't know where you're at. I give up. No more U-turns. Just stop.
I'm not even going to recalculate.
No, I'm shutting down for the night. It's like, son of a bitch. And so then I'm like, okay, and now I'm getting a little itchy, and my body's like drying out to some degree. Now, you have to remember, I've been on the road for a couple hours, and now I've got to go to the bathroom. Dang it. Oh, I forget the fact that we can conveniently figure out how to do that in our own car. But no, I have to figure out how to go, So I'm panicking, I pick up the phone, I dial, I'm just playing on my phone. Oh, and who did I call? My husband accidentally. Yeah, what's he going to do at 1 or so in the morning, sleeping in bed, and he don't hear it? Well, I don't mean to panic you, but I just wanted to let you know I'm parked on the side of the road. I'm safe though. I'm under a light next to a gas station. So as soon as they open up, and hopefully I'll be awake, I'll get gas in my car and be on the road. So no worries, honey. I love you. Bye. I didn't tell him where he's at. He's probably, I don't know what he heard in the morning. I don't even remember that. So it's like, sheesh. I then start to think, if that worked, what if I called 911? Now, you have to remember, I'm consciously okay, but my body is going nuts.
You said that your phone was dead. How was your phone working?
It's called anomalies.
Okay. So you did some healing, and so some things came back to life.
Yeah, and so then, but still there was no bars. Okay, I proved this I put it on a video camera, and I erased it. But I proved it by looking and saying, how can I surf the web when it says you are not hooked up? I says, I'm amazing that way. That's just when I finally come to the conclusion. And nobody was impressed yesterday. I had to do it at 4 in the morning. I recorded it because I don't even believe it myself. I said, I'm freaking in a dimension all by myself again. Doody-doody-doo.
Oh, is anybody out there?
So here I am. I'm not consciously panicking really big time. So then I pick up the phone and I do and maybe just not of being roaming. Maybe I can pick up 911. 911. Oh my God! I couldn't speak. The chemical peptides shot out of my mouth, tears down my face. I said, I'm not hurt or anything. I'm lost and I don't know, and I've gone into a panic attack and I don't. Ma'am. Yes. All right, calm down. Can you tell me where you're at? No, that's another problem I have. She says, okay, what road signs, anything? I said, I can't see anything. Oh, I do remember this weird looking hotel. It says Megan. Okay, ma'am, I know where you're at. Okay, so can you get a pencil or a piece of paper? And I'm like, it's dark and sure. I just wanted to go in my nasty little bitchy self there for a minute. And I thought, okay, come on, think. Purse! There's a purse! Threw everything out of my dang purse, and at the bottom, of course, there's the pen, and there's the piece of paper. I said, okay, I'm ready! She gives me the name for the sheriff, or number for the sheriff, and she hung up. Okay, now I'm ready to pee my pants even more because I'm petrified. Son of a bitch. So, then, all of a sudden, I go, oh my God, so I dialed, I said, you better work phone, I says, because there's no cells, no nothing, and then, hello, sheriff's department. Oh my God, I got through. I started crying all over again because the chemical peptides are going nuts. And he goes, ma'am. I'm so sorry. And so I explained my story. And he said, okay, well, we can't do anything. You're in a safe environment. And we'll have a trooper go by every hour. No worries. I said, okay. I hung the phone. And so then I just did some deep healing. I finally had smartened up enough. My spiritual mind says, healing tools, use them, right now, don't waste this moment, we don't want to repeat it. So I used my healing tools and I really felt the intensity and everything calmed down inside of me, the self-talk shut up, I wasn't scared anymore, and I would look in the future, nope, nothing, look in the past, nope, nothing. So then I said, okay, what am I going to do? Went outside, found out I had a coat and a pillow and all of these other things, so it's like, okay, my necessities are filled. And as I'm standing out there looking at my stuff, the sheriff pulls up. He goes, hi, are you the damsel in distress? Why, yes I am. Now, he's probably thinking, wait a minute, I had a crazy woman, and now all of a sudden she's completely, okay, whatever, run with it. I can just see that pause just for that simple second, plus I can tell the energy coming off him. He says, the strangest thing, now here comes my reward after healing. We were just driving here to check on you, and I realized, I live only 5 minutes away from here, or 5 miles or 5 minutes, whatever. And I got a gas can. With your permission, I'll go get it and bring it back and put my gas into your car. And we won't drive you the opposite way, where there's safety in hotels. We will drive you the other way and take you to a gas station. How's that? Why, yes, I like that answer. Thank you. So he leaves. I put him back in, and I'm like, oh, I had a witness to myself because I healed and I got to change my reality in minutes. So then he comes back, he pours in the gas, we take off, and boy, he's driving 70, 75. I can speak too because he said I'm supposed to follow.